Hi guys, welcome. My name's Monica and we're here to do some yoga together. We've got Kelly and Deanne. So know that you can modify, do what feels good always, just focus on breath and movement. And hi to all of our healthy wellness living friends. So we miss you guys and we are hoping that everybody's staying safe and healthy. So let's go ahead and get into this. So let's go ahead and start in child's pose. So you can take your knees wider, big toes head towards each other, and just start to settle your hips back towards your heels. Just depending on how your shoulders feel, you can start to lengthen the arms in front. Just take a moment here to kind of settle into your body, settle into your breath. Just kind of feel how you feel. So as you start to take a few more breaths into your child's pose, you can become a little bit more active with it by starting to lengthen the arms forward, spread the fingertips wide. Just start to feel the earth beneath the pads of the fingers. Draw the tops of the shoulders away from the ears as you settle the hips back. Looking to find a little bit more length through your spine with each breath that you take. So we're here for another breath. And then we'll slowly just begin to walk the hands over to the right upper corner. You're going to start to feel a little stretch through your left side body. Just pause and breathe here for a breath or two. You always have the option to take the left hand on top of the right to get a little deeper into the left side body. One more full breath here. And then we'll walk the hands back to center. Continue over to your left upper corner. Just pausing and breathing on this side, feeling a nice stretch through your right side body. You have the option to stack your right hand on the left. One more full breath. And then go ahead and walk it back to center. Pause into your child's pose. Maybe you feel the forehead touching the earth, the shins on top of the earth. And then slowly start to turn your gaze to the front of your mat. You're going to go ahead and shift forward. We're going to take a puppy pose. So take your knees under your hips. Go ahead and walk your hands forward just a smidge. So from here, you can start to let your chest melt towards the earth. Feel free to prop a block under the forehead if you need to. You'll feel deeper stretch through the front body. Draw the tops of the shoulders away from the ears. We're here for another breath. And then you're going to go ahead and slowly press up, shorten your stance. Walk your hands under your shoulders. So you're going to come into a tabletop. So from your tabletop, go ahead on your next inhale, lower your belly, lift your gaze, press your heart forward. You're in a cow pose. And then on your exhalation, round the back, tuck the chin into your cat pose. Just following your breath, a couple more sets. Inhaling and exhaling. One more. Inhale and exhale. Next inhalation, just come to a neutral breath, neutral spine. So from here, we're going to warm our core just a smidge. You're going to wrap your triceps around the backs of the arms, and then you're going to curl your toes under, draw your navel in towards your spine, and then start to hover your knees and your shins above the earth, just about an inch or two. Pause and breathe here. Think a nice long spine. Start to feel the core warming up, start to feel the shoulders warming up. We'll take an inhale here. We'll take an exhale here. And then slowly lower the knees back down. From here, we're going to uncurl the toes, and we're going to go ahead and reach the right leg back. So make sure your toes are down and your right hip is internally rotated. When you're ready, you have the option to reach forward with the left arm. So we're coming into a spinal balance. So on your inhale, really think about lengthening through the spine. And then on your exhale, you're going to round and tuck it in. Two more, just like that. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hug the knee towards the elbow. Last one, inhale and exhale. Take an inhale, lengthen, and we're gonna stay for the exhale. Pause here, one more breath. Good, and then from here, we'll go ahead and release the hand and knee down. We're gonna get a little shoulder stretch. So let's take an inhale, right arm to the sky, and then exhale, thread the arm through, gaze over towards your left. You'll feel a nice twist into the spine. You'll feel a nice shoulder stretch on the right side. You always have the option to take your left hand onto your sacrum. You always have the option to slide the hand into the hip pocket to open the left ribs to the sky. We're here for another breath. And then gradually return back to all fours, tabletop. Take an inhale, lower your belly, cow pose. And then exhale to a cat pose. Come back to your neutral breath, neutral spine. We're going to switch sides. So extend your left leg back, and when you're ready, reach forward with that right arm. So take an inhale, really lengthen, and then exhale, round and tuck it in. Two more. Inhaling and exhaling. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Take an inhale, lengthen, and we're going to stay for the exhale. And then release the hand and knee down. From here, take the inhale with the left arm to the sky, and then exhale, thread it through. Gaze over towards your right. You can keep your right hand where it is, or you have the option to take it on top of the sacrum or slide it into your left hip pocket. Opening the right ribs to the sky. We're here for another breath. And then gradually come back to all fours. Take an inhale, lower your belly, cow pose, and then exhale to your cat pose. Come back to your neutral spine. So from here, you're gonna walk your hands about a handprint forward. Keep those fingertips spread out wide. And then you're wrapping your triceps around the backs of the arms. You're gonna curl your toes under. And then start to lift the hips, lengthen the spine, meet into your downward dog. So the knees can be nice and bent. You can also start to walk the dog, alternating heels to the earth, just kind of taking a breath or two to open up into your downward dog. Relax your neck, maybe you nod yes. Relax the tops, the shoulders away from your ears. Take another breath into it. And then we're gonna go ahead and slowly start to soften the knees, and then walk the hands towards your feet, to the back of your mat. You're gonna meet into a forward fold. Your knees can be super bent. Relax the neck and jaw. Your hands can come to the opposite elbows if that feels right for you. Just kind of dangle, pause and breathe. Good, and then gradually you can take your hands on top of the shins. On your next inhalation, think about lengthening your spine. It's a nice flat back, shoulders away, navel in. And then on your exhale, you're gonna fold at your hips. Next inhalation, root to rise. Your arms are gonna reach to the sky. And then exhale, hands come to heart center. From here, right hand to the hip, left arm to the sky. Take an inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, fold to your right. Feel a nice lengthening in your left side body. Maybe you gaze up. And then return it back to center. Left hand is going to go to the hip, right arm to the sky. Take an inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, fold to your left. Opening the right ribs to the sky. Maybe the gaze goes up. We'll come back to center. Reach the hands to the sky. Take an inhale. And then exhale, start to cactus the arms. Lift your heart, knees can be bent. Next inhale, hands reach to the sky. And then on your next exhale, fold at your hips. Inhale, hands on the shins, lengthen your spine, back is flat. And then on your exhale, start to bend on your knee at your knees and walk the hands forward. We're coming into a plank. Now know that you can always come to a modified plank with the knees down. Alignment-wise, shoulders are on top of the wrists. You're wrapping your triceps around the backs of the arms, drawing the navel in. Take an inhale here. Take an exhale. Let's take an inhale, shift forward. And then on your exhale, you're gonna bend at your elbows, let them graze the sides of your ribs. This is the chaturanga, lower all the way down to your belly. Uncurl your toes, lengthen your legs. From here, squeeze your elbows towards each other. Take an inhale, gentle lift of the heart. And then exhale it back down. One more, just like that. Inhale, lift the heart. And then exhale it down. Next inhalation, it can be a modified or full plank. Pressing up, next inhale, navel in, and then exhale, meet it back, downward dog. Take a breath. From here, let's soften the knees, walk the hands to the back of our mats. Take the hands on the shins, inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold at the hips. Next inhale, root to rise, hands reach to the sky. And then exhale, hands come to heart center. We're gonna do that one more time. Right hand to the hip, left arm to the sky. Inhale, and then exhale, fold to the right. Come back to center, switch sides, left hand to the hip, right arm up. Take an inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, fold to the left. Come back to center, take an inhale, reach the hands to the sky. Exhale, cactus the arms, lift the heart. Next inhale, reach the hands to the sky. And then next exhale, fold at your hips. Take an inhale, lengthen your spine. On your exhale, we're walking it out to a plank or modified plank. Take an inhale, shift forward. This time on an exhale, let's chaturanga, lower the belly all the way down to the earth. From here, uncurl the toes, lengthen the legs. Now you have an option to keep your hands, as you did last time, to the sides of the chest, rib area. Maybe you take it wide and inhale, lift the heart. Watch that low back. Exhale, come out of it. One more time. Inhale, gentle lift of the heart. And then exhale, come back down. Hands go to the sides of the ribs. Squeeze the elbows in. It's a modified or full plank. Take an inhale. Take an exhale, downward dog. So from this downward dog, we're gonna gaze forward, lift the heels, bend the knees, step towards the front of the mat. Take an inhale, lengthen your spine, and then exhale, fold at your hips. Take an inhale, root to rise, hands reach to the sky. And then exhale, hands come to heart center. So we're gonna do a couple of sun salutation A's. Take an inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, fold at the hips. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, step to that plank or modified. Take an inhale, shift it forward. On your exhale, chaturanga, know that you can lower the belly to the earth, or maybe you hover this time. Take an inhale to a cobra or an up dog, shoulders away. And then gradually make your way downward dog. Pause and breathe. Relax the tops of the shoulders, away from the ears. Bottom of your next exhale, gaze forward, lift the heels, bend the knees, step towards the front of the mat. Take an inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, hands return to heart center. One more time. Inhale. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, step to your plank or modified plank. Take an inhale, shift it forward. On your exhale, chaturanga, maybe you lower down. Take an inhale to a cobra, up dog, or sphinx pose. And then gradually make your way downward dog. So from this downward dog, let's go ahead and take an inhale with the right leg to the sky. On an exhale, bend your knee, point your toes towards the left side of the room, just opening that hip. Pause and breathe here. We'll gradually square it back off. Take an inhale. You're gonna gaze forward, shift forward, right knee towards the right tricep. Take an inhale, leg goes back to the sky. Exhale, knee to the chest. Hug, hug, hug. Step the foot through. So we're in a runner's lunge. This is where blocks can also be helpful for you if you need. Taking them under the hands. Make sure your right ankle and knee are stacking. So from here, we're gonna go ahead and lower the back knee down. We're gonna take an inhalation. Arms come to the sky to our crescent moon. And then exhale, just cactus the arms. Lift the heart. Pause and breathe. Feel free to stay here in this variation. You have an option to take a clasp the hands behind the back. Just feel a little space through the front body. One more breath. And then gradually you're going to return the hands to the sky. Take an inhale. And then on your exhale, hands come to heart center. So from here, gently melt forward. Take an inhale. Make sure your right knee is behind the right toes. And on your exhale, you're going to twist. So palms together. Press the right palm into the left. Square your hips. So it's a gentle engagement of your adductors, your inner thighs towards each other. Take one more full breath into it. And then gradually unwind. From here, we're going to go ahead and curl the back toes under, lift the knee, shorten the stance. So we're coming into a pyramid pose. So you're squaring your right hip back and left hip forward. Micro bends into your knees. Take an inhale, lengthen your spine. And then exhale, fold at your hips. Pause here for a couple of breaths. You'll feel a nice stretch behind the legs. Relax the neck and jaw. And then gradually we're going to add a little twist to this. So you're going to lift your heart. Left hand stays on a block or to the earth. Right hand is going to go to your sacrum, your lowest part of the spine. Take an inhale here, lengthen your spine, and then exhale, right ribs spiral to the sky. You have that option to reach the right hand up. Maybe the gaze goes up. Changing the perspective. One more breath. And then release the hand down. So from here, your options, you can meet into a downward dog, or if you want to flow, maybe you step the right foot back into a plank, take an inhale, shift it forward, exhale, chaturanga, inhale, lift the heart, exhale, make your way, downward dog. So we're going to even it out. Take an inhale, left leg reaches to the sky. Exhale, bend the knee, point the toes towards the right, open that hip. We'll gradually re-square the hip. Take an inhale, and then exhale, start to gaze forward, left knee towards the left tricep, hug it in. Take an inhale, leg goes to the sky. Exhale, knee to the chest, hug, 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 step the foot through. So you're in a runner's lunge. Make sure your left ankle and knee are stacking. From here, you're gonna lower your back knee down. Take an inhale to your crescent moon. Exhale, cactus those arms, lift the heart. So you can pause here, breathe here in this variation. Option to take the clasp behind the back, roll the shoulders away, breathe an extra breath. We'll gradually return to center, arms to the sky. Take an inhale, and then exhale, hands come to heart center. From here, melt the hips gently forward. Take an inhale, and then exhale, you're twisting. Hooking the elbow, palms together. Press the left palm into the right. One more breath into your twist. And then gradually unwind. Hands land and frame the front foot. Curl your back toes under, shorten your stance, a pyramid pose. Square your left hip back. Take an inhale, lengthen your spine. And then exhale, fold at your hips. Micro bends into your knees. Feel a nice stretch behind the legs. We're going to gradually lengthen the spine. We're adding a little twist to this. Take an inhale, and then exhale, left ribs to the sky. Left hand can go to the sacrum or hand can reach up, your choice. Breathe into your space. Maybe your gaze goes up. Good, we'll gradually unwind. From here, you can meet into your downward dog. Feel free to take a flow in between. Inhale, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, lifting the heart. And then exhaling, making your way, downward dog. Relax the tops of the shoulders. Bottom of your next exhale, gaze to the front of the mat. Lift the heels, bend the knees, step or float it forward. Take that inhale to lengthen the spine, and then exhale, fold at your hips. Inhale, we're gonna root to rise, hands reach to the sky, and then exhale, hands heart center. So from here, because this is kind of a flow class, we're gonna do a sun salutation B. So let's take an inhale. We're sitting into chair pose. And just exhale, just pause here, breathe into it. So sit the hips back, draw the navel in, slight lifting of the heart. Take an inhale, and then exhale, you're gonna fold at your hips. Take an inhale, lengthen your spine. On your exhale, you're gonna meet into a downward dog, with or without a flow. Connect the breath. So on those exhales, it can be a chaturanga. On the inhales, it can be an up dog, cobra. On the exhales, meeting it back, downward dog. So from this downward dog, let's take an inhale with the right leg to the sky. Exhale, bend the knee, point the toes towards the left, opening the hip. And then re-square the hip off. Take an inhale. This is on an exhale, we're taking the knee towards the right tricep. Hug it in. Take an inhale, we're gonna add one on. Inhale, leg to the sky. This time, exhale, knee to the left tricep. Get a twist into those obliques. Take an inhale, leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to the chest. Hug, hug, hug. Step the foot through. So this is where we're gonna add a warrior one. So take your left heel down. From here, you can take your hands to the leg to lift up, or maybe you inhale, sweep the arms to the sky. Wherever you are, pause and breathe. Square your left shoulder forward, draw your front ribs in. Make sure the right knee is fairly in line with the right second to third toe. Take one more breath. And then from here, take an inhale, and then exhale, cactus the arms. We'll gradually take an inhale, arms to the sky. On an exhale, we're gonna take a flow or downward dog. So know that you can skip the flow or you can add it. Move with your breath. We're all gonna meet in the same place. It will be downward dog. So from our downward dog, let's switch sides. Inhale, left leg goes to the sky. Exhale, bend the knee, point the toes to the right. Next inhale, square the hips off. Exhale, knee to the left tricep, hug it in. Take an inhale, leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to the right tricep, get that twist. Take an inhale, leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to the chest, hug it in, step the foot through. Back heel goes down, setting up for warrior one. Inhale, reaching the arms eventually to the sky. And exhale, taking that extra breath. Square your right shoulder forward, left knee tracks along the second to third toe. Take an inhale, and then exhale, cactus those arms. We'll take an inhale, reach the hands up. And then on an exhale, it can be a downward dog with or without a flow. Move with your breath. Find that connection, whatever's right for you. We'll gradually meet into that downward dog. From your downward dog, take an inhale, take an exhale. Good, so from here, we'll gaze to the front of the mat. Lift the heels, bend the knees, step or float it forward. Take an inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we're gonna sit into chair pose, Utkatasana. Sit the hips back, weight into the heels. Take the hands to heart center. Keep the weight into the heels, heart lifted. Take an inhale. And then on your exhale, twist to your right. Maybe the elbow hooks. What we're looking for is square hips. So if you look down at your knees, make sure the left knee isn't going forward of the hip, square, or the right knee. Square the left hip back, and then open the right ribs to the sky. One more breath. Take it back to center. Stay in your chair. Take an inhale, navel in. Exhale, twist it to the left. Maybe the elbow hooks, squaring the hips. This time, right knee squares with the left. Right hip with the left. Press the left palm into the right. We've got one more breath. Gradually come back to center. Take an inhale. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Hands reach to the sky. Exhale, hands return to heart center. Good, so we're gonna do one more flow and then we'll start to cool down. Take an inhale, sit into chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, make your way downward dog, with or without a flow. So from your downward dog, right leg reaches to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knee, point the toes towards the left. We'll square it off. Take an inhale. Exhale, gaze forward, knee to the right tricep, shift it forward. Take an inhale, leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to the left tricep. So you have an option here to extend that right leg through. Pause here so it's a nice twist. Draw your right toes towards the shin. Now an option to stay exactly as you are, or maybe that left arm sweeps over to a fallen triangle. Your choice, breathe into it, one more breath. And then gradually return the left hand down if it's up. Sweep the right leg to the sky. Take that inhale, reach it high. Exhale, knee to the chest, step the foot through. Back heel is gonna go down. Next inhalation, warrior one. Next exhalation, cactus those arms. From here, we're gonna take a clasp of the hands behind. Roll the shoulders away, take an inhale. And then exhale, humbly bow. So humble warrior, pause and breathe. Just an extra couple of breaths. So alignment-wise, think about drawing your right hip in towards the midline. Relax through the back of the neck, strong legs. One more breath. And then gradually release your clasp. You're gonna start to sweep the hands to prayer as you turn towards the left. So we're moving laterally. Turn your left toes out. It's a lateral lunge. So left knee is bending. You're sitting your hips back. You're feeling a little stretch in your right inner thigh. Navel in. Maybe you sweep the arms back. Pause and breathe. One more breath. Good. So from here, we'll gradually come back to the front of the mat. Come to your runner's lunge. From here, we're just going to take a little twist. Right arm to the sky. Engage your left quadricep. Open the right ribs to the sky. One more breath. Now you have an option to stay where you are or think about a side plank maybe. Right foot stacks on the left. These are just options. Stack the bottom wrist under the shoulder, lift the top hip. We're here for 5, for 4, for 3, 2, and 1. Downward dog. So we'll even it up. Let's take an inhale with the left leg to the sky. Exhale, bend the knee, point the toes towards the right. And then we're squaring it off. Take an inhale. And then exhale, knee to the left tricep, hug it in. Take an inhale with the leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to the right tricep, hug it in, extend the leg. Now pause here if this is your variation. Draw the left toes to the shin, protect that knee. Option, maybe you sweep the right arm over into your fallen triangle. Good. Gradually return the right hand down if it's up. Left leg reaches to the sky, inhale. And then exhale, knee to the chest, step the foot through. Back heel is gonna go down. Next inhale, warrior one. Exhale, cactus the arms, lift the heart. From here, it's a clasp of the hands behind. Roll the shoulders away, take an inhale, and exhale, humbly bow. Draw your left hip in. We're here for a couple of breaths. It's a little bit of surrendering here. Relax through the back of the neck. And then gradually release the clasp. Take the hands to the heart. We're going to move laterally to the right. So you're turning your right toes out, left toe slightly in, right knee is bending. Watch the tracking right knee to the second to third toe. Sit the hips back, maybe hand-stated prayer, maybe you sweep the arms back to open that heart space. We've got one more breath with it. And then gradually head to the front of the mat. It's a runner's lunge. Turn the left toes back out, right heel kickstands. From here, it's a twist. Left arm is going to reach to the sky. This time it's an engagement of your right quadriceps. Squeeze the outer hips to the midline. You can stay here with it. Option to transition to Vashisthasana, side plank. Left foot to stack on the right. Stack your right wrist under the shoulder, lift the top hip. We're here for 5, for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Downward dog. Good, so from this downward dog, let's go ahead and soften the knees. Walk the hands to the back of the mat. We're gonna meet into a forward fold. Knees can be super bent, feet are hip width. Maybe the hands frame the face so it's opposite hands to opposite elbows. Just let the torso dangle. One more breath with it. Good, and then we'll gradually take the hands on top of the shins. Take an inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, hands reach to the sky. And then exhale, hands come to heart center. Good, so from here, we're gonna move into, how much time do we have? Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and take an inhale, arms to the sky. And then exhale, fold at the hips. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And then exhale, make your way to a downward dog. You can do it without a flow, you can do it with a flow, whatever's right for you. So from this downward dog, let's take an inhale with the right leg to the sky. And then exhale, we're gonna draw the knee towards the right tricep. So you're slowly hugging it in. So from here, think about placing the right foot to the outside of the right hand. So this is a a lizard variation. So you can think about making sure that your right knee is behind the right toes. An option, you can stay here with it. Maybe play around a little bit to get deeper into your hips. You can frame that upper left corner with your hands and melt the hips forward. So you're kind of just letting your heart melt forward as you press away with that back heel, the left heel. Getting a little bit more length out of it, a little more stretch. We've got one more breath into it. Good, and then gradually, you're gonna return your hands to the inside of that leg. So this is where the blocks come in super handy. You're gonna lower your back knee down. You can use those blocks under the hands to melt the hips forward, so it's a little bit more surrendering into the pose here. You have the option to stay upright. You have the option to maybe lower the forearms to the blocks. So just take a moment to settle into that variation that's right for you. Breathe into your space. Finding a little bit of release and relaxation wherever you are. We've got one more full breath with it. And then gradually we'll press back up if you've taken that hinged variation. So take the right hand to the outside of the foot. Realign your right ankle, knee, and hip back up. We're gonna take a half splits. So just start to square your right hip back with the left. Make sure the left hip is fairly in line with the knee. Draw your right toes to the shin. Take an inhale, lengthen your spine. And then exhale, fold at your hips. Lead with the heart. One more breath into it. And then gradually start to lift the heart back up. You're replanting your right foot to the earth. From here, you're gonna curl your back toes under, lift the knee. This is where you can meet into your downward dog with or without a flow. So follow that breath. So we'll even it out, taking an inhale, left leg to the sky. And then exhale, knee goes towards the left tricep. Hug, hug, hug. From here, step the foot to the outside of the hand. Make sure your left knee is behind the left toes. This is where you can take that variation where you kind of frame that upper right corner this time, melting the hips, gentle press with the back heel away. It's a little push, it's a little pull. One more breath with it. And then gradually start to lift up. We're going to lower our back knee down. This is where you can use those blocks. Maybe you hinge into it. Maybe the hands stay on top, wherever you're feeling right into it, and breathing into your space. Relaxing the neck, the jaw. Finding a little release with your breath. Good, and then we'll gradually start to press back up. From here, we're taking that half splits. So take your left hand to the outside of the foot. You can do this with or without your blocks. Just squaring your hips. You're gonna start to draw the left knee to straighten, but I would like a micro bend, if not a deep bend into it. Left toes to the shin, right hip on top of the knee. Take an inhale, lengthen your spine, and then exhale, fold at your hips. Lead with your heart, pause and breathe. We've got one more breath. Good, and then gradually start to lift the heart. Replant your left foot to the earth. From here, it's a downward dog, with or without a flow. Good, so if you have those blocks, you can take them off to the side, hands to the earth into your downward dog. From here, we're gonna go ahead and inhale, shift forward, come to your plank. And then on your exhalation, you're gonna chaturanga, lower the belly down to the earth. Just uncurl the toes. So from here, we're gonna take the hands under the chin, just kind of a pad under your chin with your hands. From here, it's a half frog pose. So you're gonna kickstand your right foot out, right knee kickstands out, so it's about 90 degrees. Just getting an inner thigh stretch. One more breath with it. And then gradually we extend that leg. We're switching sides. Left leg is going to kickstand out. Feel a little stretch into that inner left thigh. Breathe one more full breath with it. Good, and gradually re-lengthen the leg. So make sure you're really lengthening the legs back. Return the hands to the sides of your ribs or chest area. Squeeze the elbows towards each other. This time we're going to keep the knees down. Draw the navel in to engage the core. Inhale, press up. And then exhale, meeting back to your child's pose. Knees can go wide. Big toes head towards each other. Maybe you take a moment, feel a little difference into the hips, into the tops of the legs, the thighs, the breath. And then slowly just walking the hands in. We're going to come to a comfortable seat. So about midway to the mat. From here, we're going to go ahead and just take a C curve down. So first, let's initially lengthen the spine, and then start to draw the navel in. Get a C curve into your spine, and then slowly just roll one vertebrae at a time all the way down. You can smile while you do it. Good. And then once you're all the way down, go ahead and start to draw the knees to your chest. Give yourself a nice hug, well-deserved hug. Good, and then from here, we're just gonna take the hands to the right shin, lengthen the left leg to the earth. Take the left hand to the outside of the thigh. On your exhale, take the knee across the body, a little twist. So pausing here for an extra couple of breaths. Maybe your gaze turns off to the right. Let the heart spiral open to the sky. One more full breath with it. And then gradually bring it back to center. Knees hug to the chest. And then swapping sides, hands to the left shin as you lengthen your right leg to the earth. From here, taking the twist, right hand to the outside of the thigh. On your exhalation, taking the knee over towards the right this time. A few breaths on this side. With your inhales, lengthening out of the waist. With your exhales, maybe your gaze starts to turn off to the left. One more full breath with it. And then gradually come back to center. Knees to the chest. Nice hug. Good, and then from here, stepping the feet down to the earth. Relax the arms to the sides of the body. We're just gonna begin to close the eyes. We're moving into Savasana. It's our final pose for today. So maybe lengthen through the legs. Take a moment to just be present with the breath. Take a moment to breathe in the energy from your practice. Starting to relax through the ankles, calves, relaxing through your kneecaps, your thighs, letting the hips lay heavy to the earth. Just relaxing through the belly and the heart space. Releasing any tension through the shoulders, the neck, the jaw. Softened eyelids and forehead. With your exhales, allowing the body to lay a little deeper to the earth. Your inhales, just absorbing the stillness. And one more breath, just as you are. We'll slowly just begin to wiggle the toes, the fingers, rolling the wrists, the ankles. Feel free to take a nice full body stretch, hands overhead. And then gradually just making your way, knees towards the chest, turning to your right hand side, propping the right arm as a pillow under the head. And then with that gentle press of the left hand to the earth, bringing yourself to a comfortable seat. So just pause here for a moment. You can even close your eyes, hands into the laps. Bringing presence to your breath. Just feeling the subtleties of the air moving in and out of the lungs. And then we'll slowly begin to blink the eyes open. Taking an inhale, arms reach to the sky. And then exhalation, hands return to heart center, return to your neutral breath. The light and love in me honors the light and love in every single one of you. Namaste. Thank you guys for playing. Enjoy the rest of your day.